Good morning, one and all present over there. So in this video, we are going to discuss about creating a regression model and estimating the OLS estimators in the regression model. I can share the screen here. Then, so this is the OLS data. So we are going to estimate the OLS coefficients in the regression model. Just I can open this. Just I can open this Excel file. Then you will be having the data. So here we are going to create a regression model. So in which the personal consumption expenditure is acting as a dependent variable, and the GDP and personal disposable income. So these two are independent variables. Okay, so gross domestic product, the personal disposable income, these two variables are independent variables. And personal consumption expenditure is acting as a dependent variable. To what extent the personal consumption expenditure of the people is influenced by the independent variables such as the gross domestic product and personal disposable income. So that is the regression model. So we are going to create here. So by using the OLS estimators, we are going to estimate the personal consumption expenditure. So based upon the gross domestic product and personal disposable income. So here just we can open the EViews. You can open the EViews. So then EViews is getting open. Then you can so open an existing files. Otherwise, just you can go to file, click file. So it is getting, the system is slow. Now go to file, import data. So data is stored on the desktop. So we can import the data from the desktop. So make sure that here all files. So otherwise it will show you only the EViews files. So here we have to make sure all files. So then we are having OLS data. That is the OLS data. So otherwise you can check it here. OLS data. Click here, then open. Then next, then finish, then no. So now you are having this. So okay, so now we are going to estimate to what extent personal consumption expenditure is influenced by GDP of the nation and personal disposable income of the people. So by using the OLS estimators. So here the dependent, first we have to click the dependent variable. Here the dependent variable is personal consumption expenditure. The independent variables are GDP and PDI. Then here click open as equations. So you are getting the equations. Okay, here the dependent variable is personal consumption expenditure, the independent variables are GDP and the personal disposable income. So C represents the constant of the model. Now the method we have to select. So here you are having a number of methods, but by default we are having LS, least square, NLS, and ARMA. Okay, auto-regressive moving average, this method. So by default, this method will be there in the EViews. So that method only we have to select. So they click OK, then you are getting this output. Okay, we are getting this output. So this is the output of the ordinary least square method. Here the dependent variable is personal consumption expenditure. The independent variables are GDP and PDI. Okay, GDP and PDI, these are the independent variables. Now you can see the R square value. So here the R square value is 0.997317. It indicates that so 99.73% of variations in the dependent variable is explained by the independent variables such as gross domestic product and personal disposable income. Here the gross domestic product is influencing the personal consumption expenditure of the people by 42.34%, so which is positive and statistically significant because the probability value is so less than 0.05. And the next one is the personal disposable income. So it has influenced the personal consumption expenditure of the people by 41.12%, so which is also statistically significant because here the probability value is less than 0.05. So by this model, okay, these are the wireless estimators. So by this model, we can conclude that the gross domestic product and personal disposable income have a positive influence on the personal consumption expenditure. Okay, so these two independent variables are statistically significantly influencing the dependent variable. Thank you.